Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy King70 back with another video. Before we get into this video, I just want to remind you all to the kings and queens, and I hope you all are having a very blessed Monday. And I'm back with another mock draft video. I don't think I've done one of these in 2 weeks, so this is gonna be a lot different from my previous mock drafts because free agency has basically come and gone. Of course, there's some veteran players still out there looking for a home, looking for a new place to sign with, and there's also going to be the new trade that's happened with the 49ers moving up, the Dolphins sliding back a couple picks, the Eagles sliding back. So there's a lot to cover in this mock draft. It's going to be a lot different than other mock drafts that I've done in the past. But something that is going to stay the same is the number 1 overall pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I kind of like how on I'm using the Pro Football Focus mock draft whatever website, and they added like the ADP of players. So it's really interesting to see that Penei Sewell has an ADP of 8. And it just goes like 80. They usually have like ADP in like fantasy football, so you know like what I drafted this player compared to what his normal take is. But yeah, let me just I just thought that was a cool thing that they added in there. But nonetheless, Trevor Lawrence is gonna go number 1 overall. I know some people are drooling over Zach Wilson's, you know, his pro day, that one throw he had, a crossbody, 50-yard bomb. But nonetheless, Trevor Lawrence is like, he's 100%, 99.9% penciled in to be the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think Urban Meyer would have taken the job if they weren't taking this player at number 1. So number 2, we have the Jets. Now this is a really interesting spot. Personally, we saw what the Dolphins got from the Niners from trading back from the 3rd to the 12th, or 3rd to what? It was 3rd to 12th, and then they moved up with the Eagles. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, but we saw what the 49ers were able to get. Let's not get too crazy here. That offer, that package was that same exact package the Dolphins got was definitely offered to the Jets, and they just declined it. Right. So with that being said, they're not going to get much more value than what the Niners were offering. So they're definitely taking Zach Wilson. They're penciled in, taking in Zach Wilson. Jets fans, you could be happy, you could be upset about it. My take on it personally, I'm not a Jets fan, I'm a Giants fan. So I haven't watched every single snap of the Jets the past 3 years Sam Darnold's been there. But my take on it is I don't think Zach... I think your team is looking a lot better this year than in years past. I think you guys did make some great free agency signings and stuff like that. But I don't know. If I were you guys, I would trade down and stick with Sam Darnold and just collect as many assets as possible. But the Jets do feel there is a significant difference between the two quarterbacks. Yeah, you guys call me crazy in the comments thinking that Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold are comparable, but that's just my honest opinion. Everybody can have their opinions, you know. But I did see Zach Wilson. He didn't play against a single like top 25 ranked like college team in football the past year. I don't know. Competition wasn't as stout as it could have been, you know, on his resume. But you know, you play against who's on the schedule, so you got to perform against who you play, and you can't punish him for that. So the number 3rd pick, the Niners. You're not moving heaven and earth to come up to number 3 to take a wide receiver, a tackle, a tight end. You're taking a quarterback. Is what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with Jimmy G. They're saying that they're not moving Jimmy G, but obviously it's all talks because they feel like, oh, we're definitely in the market looking to trade him. His value goes down, and you lose leverage in negotiations and discussions. So with the 3rd pick, they got the pick of the rest of the quarterbacks. Let's just go take a look at the quarterbacks. It's Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones. Honestly, I could really see them taking Trey Lance here over Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is probably the more popular pick. Maybe the safer pick, I guess you could say. I think Trey Lance has a higher ceiling. I've said this since my first mock draft. I don't know who's going to be the best quarterback, but I know just Trey Lance is going to be top 3, top 2 out of all these quarterbacks that are taken in this draft for years to come. But I'm gonna give Justin Fields going to the Niners. I don't think the Niners would trade up all the way there to take, you know, an uncertain, you know, prospect in Trey Lance. But number 4, we have the Falcons. I think there's gonna be another quarterback. That's crazy. 4 quarterbacks going in the top 4, and they're just gonna take the best quarterback like left available. Matt Ryan is 36 years old. He's not getting better. He's not getting younger, and I'm pretty sure his contract like expires after the season. So the Falcons, they're not going to want to bring him back because he probably will still command about 12 12 to 15 million a year, I'm guessing. So I think they go with the best, the leftover, I guess you could say, the best possible option in this scenario is going to be Trey Lance, number 4. And now number 5, there's been some talks from Joe Burrow. He's lobbying. He's saying, give me my boy Jamar Chase. You already got T. Higgins. You got Tyler Boyd. I'm not sure, is it Uzoma, the tight end? But nonetheless, it does say their greatest need is wide receiver. I still think tackle is their biggest need. I don't know, like this could be the ultimate chess play from the Bengals, like them like saying, oh, we're taking Jamar Chase, you know? So maybe like a team is trying to move up because they want Jamar Chase. I don't know. But I have them taking tackle. I think tackle is a surefire thing. You know, it doesn't matter how many weapons you have around you. If you can't block the pass or in time for those routes to develop, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you have at wide receiver. So we're taking Penei Sewell for them at number 5. Bengals fans, let me know because that's a really interesting debate on whether they should take Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell. But number 6 on the clock, the Miami Dolphins. I still do see these guys. I think if Penei Sewell is there, they definitely take Penei Sewell. But here they're in a difficult situation, difficult scenario. Are they going to go ahead and take Rashawn Slater here? Or do they go with one of the 3? Every single wide receiver option is available here. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, Devontae Smith. Or do you take Rashawn Slater? I think, honestly, they go ahead. They take the number 1 ranked wide receiver in this draft class in Jamar Chase. Or they might take Devontae Smith and Tua. They got like some good chemistry, stuff like that. Might try reuniting those 2 Bama kids. But I do think they go with Jamar Chase, the highest rated wide receiver by scouts and experts and stuff like that. Now, number 7 on the clock, the Detroit Lions, who I do also see this team going wide receiver. I don't see them taking a tight end. They just had their tight end, TJ Hawkinson. They drafted him recently, top 10, I believe. And he did just have his first Pro Bowl appearance. So I think they go wide receiver as well. I'm going to give him Jaylen Waddle. There's still some uncertainty about Devontae Smith's size. And before Jaylen Waddle went down with the injury, Jaylen Waddle was having just as good as a season, like projections wise, as Devontae Smith actually had. So if you're not if the injuries aren't too serious and stuff like that, I do think Jaylen Waddle is the second best receiver in this draft class. Now we have the Carolina Panthers, who they were looking for a quarterback. They might end up trading up, maybe with the Falcons. I don't know, because I think the Falcons are seriously in the quarterback market. But they also were hoping for one of those top tier quarterbacks to fall to them. And the last quarterback on the board, that's definitely going in the first round, is Mac Jones. Do you take Mac Jones at pick number 8? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that one. You need quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. I think this is a great spot for Kyle Pitts to go in. Kyle Pitts, very versatile weapon. Him, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. That's just a very, very good offense. A lot of good weapons for Teddy Bridgewater to throw to and maybe make a playoff push in this next upcoming season. Another team that's in the quarterback market, the Denver Broncos. Drew Lock is their guy, I guess, considering I don't know if he's going to take over the starting role from Mac Jones. I don't know if Mac Jones is worthy of a number 9 overall pick from the Broncos, who they need to make a lot of changes and to their team, like in general. And I do think they might take Rashawn Slater at tackle. They did address their secondary issues in this offseason. They went heavy corner. They got Darby and the other guy I just can't think of off the top of my head. But I know they addressed their secondary issues that they had. I could see them maybe taking Micah Parsons as well. And I do think I want to give him Slater. I really do want to give him Slater or Micah Parsons. Tackle, that's a premium position in the NFL. And I guess I'm gonna give him Rashawn Slater. I could see them going Rashawn Slater or Micah Parsons, either or. But I'm gonna give him Rashawn Slater. And number 10, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who have pretty much mocked the same player to them almost every single mock draft, which has been Patrick Surtain. And now that Caleb Farley, he has to have surgery on some part of his body. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be too serious of a surgery, of a procedure done on him. But nonetheless, you got to imagine that hits his stock a little bit. And I did see actually today, there was a video released that he did run a 4.28 unofficial time. The last time he ran his 40, which was early March, I believe it said. The video took place in. But let's give him Patrick Surtain. And now we have my favorite team, the New York Football Giants, here at number 11. you have your pick. You have your pick of the bunch. You could still go tackle. You got Christian Darrisaw here. He's no chum. You know, you got Devontae Smith here, who I've heard early. You know, maybe like 2 weeks ago, like beginning of free agency or a little bit before free agency ever started. We had close eyes on Devontae Smith. We really were in love with him. That might have been a smokescreen for people thinking we're not going to sign Kenny Golladay, or that could have been indicative of if we get Kenny Golladay, we might not get Devontae Smith. But, you know, the more weapons, the better. And I could probably see us moving on from Sterling Shepard, maybe trading him away, like a 3rd round pick, something like that, to a contender late on in the season if we're not in the playoff race. So why not have Devontae Smith as your building piece with him, Kenny Golladay, and Darius Slayton, those 3 receivers. Don't get me wrong, I love Sterling Shepard, but I'm pretty sure he was like 1 concussion away from saying he'd retire last year. So he's been very unlucky, to say the least, in his NFL career. But I want to give him Micah Parsons. I heard they were blown away with Micah Parsons' workout, but in this mock draft, we're going to give him Devontae Smith, and who knows, maybe a team will trade up like the Eagles from 12 to 11. Maybe we could swap picks, or they give us like a 3rd, and we swap these picks, because they definitely would love if one of the top 3 receivers or Kyle Pitts falls to them at the number 12 overall pick. But with all the receivers taken, I think it's a perfect landing spot for Micah Parsons, who, if he ends up being a legend, I'm going to be really upset that we have to go up against him 2 times a year. And we have the Los Angeles Chargers on the clock at 13. I think this is a very, very easy team to mock for. I'm going to give them a tackle. Their offensive line is just not good, and you want to be able to protect Justin Herbert, because he looks like he's the real deal for sure. You know, former Rookie of the Year winner. So Christian Darrisaw goes 13 to the Chargers. Now 14, the Vikings. I feel like they could go a lot of different ways. They also need tackle help. They need guard, they need edge, they need safety. I wouldn't be surprised if they go with Trayvon Moehrig. This guy's been flying up draft boards for a couple weeks now. Cornerback J.C. Horn is no joke. Christian Barmore, another stud. But it says they need tackle, you know. And you got Walker Little here, who is ADP's 51, but he's ranked at 24th overall in the class. This is a tough spot. This is a really tough spot to mock the Vikings, in all honesty. But I'm gonna give him safety. I'm gonna give him Trayvon at a TCU. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. And at number 15 on the clock, we have the New England Patriots, who I do see these guys taking Mac Jones, their quarterback of the future. If they can't negotiate some sort of trade maybe for Jimmy G, I really could see that happening. But if they don't get that done, I do see Mac Jones as a very serviceable option. You know, they only signed Cam to like a 1-year deal, so you know he's not in their long-term plans. You know what I'm saying? And who knows if he struggled a lot last year at times. He didn't have a lot of weapons, you know, so you could blame it on a lot of things, you know. But he wasn't at his usual standard, to say the least. So Mac Jones, maybe if Cam struggles a lot, he could come in and fill in that for that starting quarterback role. But here we are, the Arizona Cardinals, number 16, and I think they have their pick of Caleb Farley or J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn, I'm a really, really big fan of. Honestly, I think he might be the best corner in this draft. Might be crazy saying, but Caleb Farley, whereas he's all the way down here, I guess it just depends on their preference and, you know, how serious. I'm sure they're going to look very serious into the injury, you know, what's going on with Caleb Farley and stuff like that. But I think they might take J.C. Horn as a surefire option here, plug and play. Caleb Farley, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I'm sure he's going to have a great first couple years in the NFL. Wish him all the best with his recovery and stuff like that. Doesn't seem like too serious of an injury. Number 17, the Las Vegas Raiders. I do have them taking edge. Cornerback Greg Newsome has even gone higher ranked than Caleb Farley. I think that's just criminal. I don't think that's accurate at all. But for the Raiders, tackle, guard, corner, safety. You got no guards. I could see him taking Elijah Vera Tucker. You got to scroll a little bit for him. He's at 34th. I think he'd be a very serviceable option. But here at this pick, I do see them going Caleb Farley. I think it's just too big of a talent to continue to pass up on at the mid first round level. Now we have the Dolphins with their second pick in the first round, 18th overall. Tackle, guard, interior defensive lineman, and edge. Could see them going tackle. They did secure They secured Jamar Chase. And tackle, you got Walker Little. Walker Little wouldn't be bad. I think you just go offensive line. You got to go offensive line. Got to protect your man Tua. Bang. Walker Little goes at this spot. Maybe I should have given him Elijah Vera Tucker. I honestly like him more as an offensive lineman. Very, very versatile, you know. in that aspect. But number 19, we have the Washington football team. Quarterback, they're not drafting quarterback, especially Mac Jones isn't there. Who else is here at quarterback? Kyle Trask, is he the next ranked? Yeah, he is the next ranked quarterback. Kellen Mond, I've heard a lot of hype about that he might be like the steal of the draft. But you need wide receiver, tight end, tackle, linebacker. You did just sign Curtis Samuel, so I don't necessarily know how high in their priority list wide receiver would be. You have Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and you have a decent tight end in Logan Thomas. So I think that eliminates these three. So you need tackle and linebacker. And if you go to tackle here, you got Dylan Radunes, Tevin Jenkins, and you can still go Elijah Vera-Tucker, or you could go edge with, linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Karamo, the winner of the College Football Award for Best Linebacker. But I think they prioritize tackle here, and I think they're going to go with Elijah Vera-Tucker, the very versatile tackle at the University of Southern California. Now we have the Chicago Bears, who, Bears fans, I don't know what to say to you guys. Your team tweeted out a picture of Andy Dalton saying QB1. Did we see him last year with the Cowboys? And he had good weapons over there with the Cowboys. Maybe they're not the offensive line was the greatest, but he still had CD, Amari, Gallup, had a decent tight end, and what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he had Zeke, Tony Pollard. But yeah, they're not going to take Kyle Trask here in this position. Wide receiver, you just re-signed Allen Robinson. So he's tackle, guard, and corner. Who do I see them taking here? This is I don't know. I feel like the Chicago Bears. I remember at my job the other day, I work like a front desk at a gym. I just saw this guy walk in. Bears hat, Bears mask, Bears shirt. It's like, yeah, you Bears fan? It's like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. He seemed pretty defeated. But yeah, so I'll give him. Oh, this is tough. I like Daryl Morey too. Right? That was Darnell Mooney. Not Daryl Morey. That's like a GM. Darnell Mooney. I like him at wide receiver as well. So I could see him taking tackle, guard, or corner. Let me see the top rated. Or Christian Barmore. Would he really fall this much though? Tackle, guard, corner. Tackle, you got Tevin Jenkins, I think, would be the best option at tackle. Guard, you got to scroll all the way to Wyatt Davis, maybe. Is he the top ranked tackle? I can't even find him. Maybe I scrolled over him. And then you need corner. I'm going to give him corner. I'm going to give him Greg Newsome, the second out of Northwestern. 21st ranked. That his ADP was 60-something. Now we have the Colts on the clock. They need wide receiver. They just re-signed T.Y. Hilton. So you got T.Y., Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell. You're pretty good at tight end. You got Trey Burton at tight end. You got Mo Alley Cox at tight end. So let's go edge for them, and let's give him Kwity Paye, the highest ranked edge rusher in this year's draft class. Greg Rousseau, of course, probably has the higher ceiling, but he's just not that much of a polished product. Of course, he didn't play this past season, and this 1 year in college, he played amazing, but was that really enough tape, enough reps to really gauge the guy's talent? The Tennessee Titans here at 22, they need wide receivers. Just let Corey Davis go, Adam Humphries go, so you're stuck with A.J. Brown, and I can't, off the top of my head, think of their other receivers. So I do see them going Rashad Bateman here at this selection. I think it's a pretty solid one. The Jets here, their second pick in the first round. You took quarterback, so now you need guard, edge, and corner. You took care of wide receiver in free agency in signing Corey Davis. So guard, edge, corner. There's no top end corners still available. There's Asante Samuel Jr. I could see them taking. Let me see who the top rated guard is. Honestly, I could see him going edge. Did I click offense by accident? Wait, where is offensive tackle? Here we go. Oh, interior offensive lineman. My bad. Who is the top rank? It is. Dang, gotta scroll. Wow, Wyatt Davis ranked 61st in this whole entire class. Let's go ahead and give him edge. I think I saw Phillips here or Aziz Ojulari or Jason Owe. I'm gonna give him Aziz Ojulari out of Georgia. They have their pick of most of the top-ranked edge rushers. The only one that's been taken so far is Kwity Paye in my mock draft. Now we got 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Quarterback, not taking quarterback. Tackle, Tevin Jenkins right here. Perfect fit for them. They also need guard, but tackle, Tevin Jenkins should be solid for them. Now with their second pick in this first round, 25th overall, the Jacksonville Jaguars. QB, tight end, tackle, safety. I don't really see Jeremiah Owusu-Karamo really falling this far, but they're pretty set with Joe Schobert and who's their other linebacker? Miles Jack. Is Miles Jack still there? Miles Jack. He's still, yeah. They're not taking linebacker. Christian Barmore still here. They need tight end, tackle, safety. I don't really see a stud tight end staring me in the face here. They did sign Marvin Jones Jr., so they got him, DJ Shark, they got D.D. Westbrook. They got a bunch of decent wide receivers, so I don't see them going wide receiver here. Tackle, safety. Tackle, Dylan Raduns. And safety, who's the top ranked safety left on the board? Is there a big drop off? Oh my gosh, Jamar Johnson, the ADP 206. All right, so I guess he skyrocketed after his pro day to the second ranked safety, because I haven't given any other team safety besides the Vikings, Trayvon Moehrig. So let's go ahead and let's give him a tackle. What's his name? Dylan Raduns out of North Dakota State. And number 26 on the clock, the Cleveland Browns are going to be taking Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And number 27, the Baltimore Ravens. They did just sign Sammy Watkins. So I guess that's their wide receiver thing covered. I don't know. They got Sammy Watkins, Duvernay, Marquise Brown. They got tight end Mark Andrews. So they could maybe take Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall. There's a lot of good receivers left on the board. Rondale Moore, Kadarius Toney. But they need tackle or edge. I think Jason Owe is just staring them right in the face. I think they take Jason Owe. And then we got the Saints on the clock. Wide receiver, linebacker, corner. They let Emmanuel Sanders go. So it's just Michael Thomas. And I can't really think of the other options they have thrown the football to. So I think they're going to take Elijah Moore. But they got their pick of the bunch here. But I think Elijah Moore is the safe option out of the other players to consider. And we got the Green Bay Packers with another. Hopefully they don't ruin this year's picks, because last year they went. What's his name? They went. Was it Jordan Love and A.J. Dillon? Both players who played a little amount of time in their first year, and they're going to play a little amount of time this year. So it's kind of a waste of a first and a second round pick. So let's give him a wide receiver. Terrace Marshall Jr., top ranked receiver left on the board. Number 30, we have the Buffalo Bills. This would be a perfect fit for Christian Barmore. They need interior defensive lineman badly, and he slips all the way to 30. His ADP is 23 and his ranked is 15, so this is an absolute steal for the Buffalo Bills in this current position. Number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs. They addressed guard for the most part and center. Tackle, I know they had like a rookie last year. They got some guys, some veterans out at tackle. But you just want to make sure if there's any injuries, you're set there at tackle, right? So give him the top-ranked tackle left on the board, Samuel Cosmi. You don't want a repeat of last year's Super Bowl where 3 of your starting offensive linemen are gone and you're just playing with a bunch of backups that they're not even going to be starting on teams next year after they hit free agency. You don't want that happening again. But the last and final pick in this mock draft I'm doing is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Need quarterback, interior defensive lineman, and safety. I could see them taking another edge rusher. I really, really could, which would be scary. That's a scary sight, though. It's a very scary sight. And I think they swing for the fences. There's Jalen Phillips here and Gregory Rousseau. I think they swing for the fences. They go with Gregory Rousseau out of the University of Miami. And that's my mock draft. They are going to grade my mock draft this time. I don't think they did that last time. But I got A+, A+, C+ for Penei Sewell to the Bengals. So I was like, why is it a C+? C. Rashawn Slater. D+ for the Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain. C for Darisaw. D+ for Walker Little. D+ for Elijah Vera Tucker. A C- for Tevin Jenkins. And C+. Wow, I'm surprised, honestly. So it does show like the overall team grades, but I only did one round, so it's gonna reflect on that one pick I picked in the first round. But guys, if you do have any different opinions from me, feel free as always to comment them down below. And if you did overall enjoy this mock draft, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, King07, and I'm out. Peace.